Hello and welcome back to the Quick Slant on Green Bay Packer Nation and greenbaypackernation.com. Today, we're taking off our green and gold glasses and we're going to examine Mike Pettine's approach to interior pass rush. Earlier today, I was reading an article from Pro Football Focus about grading edge rush versus interior pass rush, and it got me thinking about Mike Pettine's defense and how he's placed this emphasis on an interior pass rush. It's something that my brother Brady and I have discussed quite a bit in the past about the importance that the interior has for pressure on a quarterback, and yet so often we as football fans tend to hang our hat on that edge rush, which is, of course, important, but I wanted to kind of try to take the green and gold glasses off a little bit and examine Mike Pettine's approach to interior pass rush and whether it actually has the value that he would suggest that it has. So let's start with, there's basically like three things that Mike Pettine has said about an interior pass rush that gives it value in his defense. The first is that it's easier, he claims it's easier to negate an outside pass rush, that it's easier to negate that edge rush than it is to negate the interior pass rush. I think there's some validity to that. The edge rush has been kind of the bane of every offensive coordinator. They have spent every offseason trying to figure out how to slow down these crazy pass rushes from the edge. You know, think of Clay Matthews in his early career and how he was just a nightmare to deal with. So there's some validity to that, I think, subjectively. However, Pro Football Focus, when they graded out edge rushers versus interior linemen, edge rushers still, and I don't want to get into the numbers and how they come up with their grades, but edge rushers still far and above the interior linemen as far as grading is concerned in pressures on the quarterback. So it makes me kind of wonder if, well, that's one thing that might make you wonder if Mike Pettine is on the right track with the interior pass rush being so important. The second thing that he talks about is that the interior pass rush will speed up a quarterback's interior clock. This seems, it seems logical because the shortest distance to the quarterback is from that interior line. The edge rushers have a longer distance to go to get to the quarterback. So in theory, it kind of makes sense that the interior pass rush is going to speed up that quarterback's internal clock. But again, if we go back to that article that Pro Football Focus wrote, it still suggests that it doesn't even suggest it. The data says that an interior pass rusher still takes 2.8 seconds to get to the quarterback, whereas an outside edge rusher only takes 2.2 seconds to get to the quarterback. A lot of that has to do with the fact that the edge rusher maybe can make a move and basically not be blocked, whereas an interior lineman is always going to be nose up on somebody big and strong. So there is that. I'm just not sure that Pettine is correct about the interior pass rush speeding up a quarterback's internal clock. The third thing that Pettine mentions, and I think this is where the crux of the issue is he says that the interior pass rush has a ripple effect, which I think that is really the exquisite value to the interior pass rush is when B.J. Raji was on his interior pass rush and was absorbing 2 blockers and still getting pressure on the quarterback. There's only so many people that the offensive coordinator can double up on. If Mike Daniels is being doubled, then probably Clay Matthews and Nick Perry are one-on-one on the outside. So I do think that the ripple effect is the big advantage that the Packers will have in the coming season as that interior pass rush just kind of develops. I'm curious what your thoughts are on the subject. Is Pro Football Focus correct? And it's still the edge rush that's the important value-adding aspect to pressure on the quarterback? Or is Mike Pettine correct and that interior pressure is important and has greater value than people give it credit for? If you're new here and haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel and tap that bell notification. Get notified every time I post a new video. And until next time, go Pack.